Audi are on an EV offensive in India. This is their third EV for the country. We've seen the SUV, we've seen the Sportback, and now you have the Audi e-tron GT. Over here we have the RS version of the e-tron GT, which is the one we're going to do a walk around of. This is a really sharply styled car and the fastest Audi yet. It has 646 HP and 830 Nm of torque, and it does 0 to 100 in just 3.3 seconds. Now this is the quickest one yet. Now that is electrifying performance. Let's take a look at the Audi RS e-tron GT. e-tron GT, it's got this really massive wide bonnet with lots of cuts and creases, but all those lines seem to draw you right up front here to this glossy black Audi logo, the four rings as we see them. And of course there's glossy black that's encasing this fake grille as well. Down here you have the intelligent airflow controls as well. And while the radars have been blanked out for the India version, you do get camera-based lane departure warning and park assist with 360-degree view. And you have the matrix LED lamps over here with the laser lights, and of course they have that very interesting light up sequence. We can't see it right now, but we've seen it before on the Audis. Now I'm going to head over to the side, but before I do, why don't you hit the subscribe button and get all your friends to hit that subscribe button as well, because we're just about to reach the 2 million mark. Help us get there. Now around the side you have the 20-inch alloys, which look really smart. Lots of grooves on them, done for aerodynamics as well. You have carbon fiber infused ceramic discs, you have tungsten carbide calipers to ensure that you slow down just as quickly as you accelerate on this one. And then of course you have the charging ports. You have one on this side, you have one on the other side as well. You see another vent on the side for cooling, and then of course there is that sloping coupe-like line that comes down to the rear. It is a 4-door, and as you come to the back, you see really wide haunches. It's got a very wide stance at the back. And let's take a look at the boot as well. Boot capacity is 350 litres. It's not very large in terms of numbers, but looks sufficient enough to hold 2 large suitcases. On the boot lid as well is the active rear spoiler that will automatically rise when additional downforce is needed. And since it is a sports car, Audi have the option of sports sound, transmitted via 2 external loudspeakers and 2 internal ones. Can't wait to hear it. Just as sharp as the styling is on the outside, that's how sharp it is on the inside of this car. It's a very heavily contoured dash. You can see lots of different materials here, glossy black, a carbon fiber like kind of look. There's a textured finish right here in the middle. The vents sit on either side, but it's got many layers, many divisions to this dash. You get a 10.1-inch infotainment screen, and you get a 12.3-inch digital display as well. Now you have a few hotkeys over here, and you have manual controls for the air conditioning vents as well. They're not on the touchscreen, which is a nice touch because it's very easy to access. The seats are the Sports Pro seats, very comfortable, bolster you in really nicely. And of course at the back, let's actually get in there and see how much space there is for someone who sits in the back seat. And as I look up, I notice this massive panoramic sunroof, which extends all the way down to the back. Before we get back to the seats, let's talk about some of the features you can get. There is the Audi Drive Select that lets you toggle between modes for comfort, performance, or there's an individual setting as well. Now, the thing to know is that the e-tron GT has 2 AC synchronous motors, one at each axle, and the e-quattro, as it is termed, allows shift of bias from front to rear on demand, and there's an electronically controlled diff lock at the rear too for variable distribution between the rear wheels. There is an all-wheel steering that increases comfort and safety by steering the rear wheels in the same or opposite direction to the front depending on speed. You also get adaptive air suspension and launch control. The roof is in carbon fiber to keep it light because there's a massive panoramic sunroof which has got to be heavy. There's also ambient lighting and a 16-speaker B&O music system with 3D surround sound, a 3-spoke flat-bottom steering and sporty aluminium paddles. You also get 3-zone air conditioning and air purifiers. The driver gets the Audi virtual cockpit display, and you also get the Audi phone box that will help you amplify your signal. The e-tron also gets connected car features that will allow you to check the range of the car, how much charge it has got, access charging network points, and a savings calculator amongst other features. Okay, now let's check out the back. Everything on the inside is very sharp, very racy, very edgy. Even if you look at the door, the contouring, the molding, it's all very, very sporty, the appeal on the inside. At the back, you're seated quite low actually, and I think that's to ensure there's enough headroom with this very steeply sloping roofline. Well, it's good enough for me, but I think taller people might scrape their heads at the back over here. Seats again bolster you in very comfortably, and leg room is adequate for shorter people. I think tall people will be touching knees with the seat because this seat is actually in my driving position, which is quite far forward. There is also the standard e-tron GT that will come with 530 HP and 630 Nm of torque. It has a claimed 0 to 100 of 4.1 seconds. It is priced at 1.8 crore. And the RS e-tron GT is priced at 2.05 crore. Charging for the e-tron takes 9.5 hours with 11 kilowatt AC charger, 5 hours and 15 minutes with a 22 kilowatt AC charger, and if you can access a 270 kilowatt DC charger, then you can get up to 80% in just 23 minutes. There are 9 exterior colors and 6 interior ones to pick from, and if you're ready to own what Audi already have in stock, then you can get one immediately. But if you customize it, you can expect delivery starting Jan 2021 onwards. Now, all we have to do is get our hands on it soon enough and give you a full review.